Sword game has left the station. Yeah, it has. I don't know how I feel about the sword game, to be honest. Let me look at YouTube. Is the YouTube live? Yes, YouTube is live. Train game ate the sword game to become stronger. So the sword game, I think, is still a thing that I'll go back to learn more C++ stuff and whatnot. But yeah, did I already create a Steam page? Yeah, I have. Not the entire page. I have the app ID and everything because we need to test for sessions and whatnot. So I have the app ID already. And honestly, I love the name. The name is the most favorite thing of this entire project. I like. There are not many moments where I'm like happy with things and whatnot. I am very happy with this. Yeah. You can get that without a page. Yeah. As long as you pay the $100 thing, you could basically create an app ID and you immediately are given an app ID that you can use to start testing. Quickly trademark it. My programming head reads that as train rotation. Hey, whatever you wanna read. What is rot a short form for something else? In like the actual terminology, rotting, like rotting away. Not rotation from a programming sense. I meant like rot as in no, not Rotterdam. Is the name also changeable if you're changing the name? If you'll be changing the name in the process, you can message Steam support, and as long as you just give them the reason as to why you're doing it, they can change the name for you. I don't know if you can change it whenever you want to. You might be able to change it whenever you want to until you publish the page. I think that could be the case. Check this out. Infinity Train. Six years ago. What is this? Oh, is it a show? It's a show. Oh. Each wagon could be like a pocket dimension. I am going to make each wagon different. Like some wagons could be like fully corrupted. If we can figure out some dimensional fuckery stuff, or not dimensional, but like you enter a train and then everything looks larger than it actually is, it would be really cool. But I don't know how we could go about doing that. That would be a lot of like level transition stuff. Like it'd be cool if you enter the basement of a train, because now we're gonna have basements, I guess, or like these lower engine sections. You enter the basement and then you end up like in a space that literally looks like a dungeon. Hello, train sloppers. Hello, fellow train slopper. Yeah, there already is a procedural element. That was something I wanted to make sure that works on multiplayer. The train will randomize. So each wagon is currently randomizing. There's 4 different options currently, but in the future we'll have a ton more options, of course. And what I might actually do is currently uses static meshes. I might actually instead use level instances. I'm curious if we could get that going, because if we could do level instances, we could go into the level instance, And instead of having an entire static mesh with a bunch of shit in it, we could instead modify where items could spawn, the size of items and where they could spawn. We could instance meshes within that level instance, things like seats and stuff like that. I think, right? Would that be a good instance of level instancing? I've never used level instancing in UE5. So that's where I'm kind of thinking that that would be a good place to do that sort of stuff. Also randomize some layouts for the captains as well. Exactly, yeah. And everything runs off of the game state randomizes a seed value from 0 to 1,000,000. And the server or those objects could just read from the seed value and randomize it. And another neat thing is the only thing that's replicated is, although I just learned about some shit that you could do to optimize the multiplayer stuff. Like how I currently have it is the only thing that is done on the server is randomizing the seed. Then the clients are told what that seed is and they spawn their own version of it. So then that way we don't like replicate literally everything. That being said, I've learned that there is a tool in Unreal to create, what the fuck was the terminology? Static replication? What was it called? Static replicated static mesh. What was it called? Does someone know what I'm talking about? There's like a static replication where it literally just like on startup and then that's it. It doesn't have to like constantly replicate and cost anything or whatever. What was it called? I have it on my phone. Where's my phone? I have a shit ton of tabs open on my phone now. It is called... What was it called? UE5 Vorixo multiplayer low bandwidth. Here it is, a low bandwidth procedural generation, which is pretty cool. They use net startup actors, yes, or net static actors. But I honestly, like, I don't know if this is much different from just a regular just actor as replicated. So I don't know. But what we have right now works perfectly fine for static meshes. Anything that's like items, that would be probably replicated anyways. So, Turning, thank you for the raid. How's it going? Isn't a level instance the one you load into? No. So level instancing is a bit different in UE5. They make it so you can like take an object and combine it and turn it into a level instance or a packed level actor. So we could probably fuck around with either one of these, whichever I can spawn in runtime. Whichever one I can spawn in runtime is going to be the one that I end up choosing. Yeah. Kindly put your memes in the bag. I don't got any. Can I gaslight Crimson into believing that today is American Thanksgiving? Is it American Thanksgiving? I heard some people preparing their turkeys and shit. Curious how far it'll be in 1 month. You depress me how fast you built that. I'm struggling like hell for most things and need at least 3x the time. I don't know, man. It took me like, I guess, 10 years to get to this point where I can do whatever stupid shit that I'm doing now. And even then, I'm probably not doing it correctly. I bet you I'm going to run into a bunch of pitfalls when we start doing more multiplayer stuff. Yeah. You'd be scarred if you saw how many project files Turning-Cog has on his computer. Like, what, on the desktop? Just like... Her? I've ever made a multiplayer game before. When I first started game development, I was trying to make multiplayer games. But I didn't even know how to make a single player game, so it was me being a fucking idiot. And then I said, fuck it, I'm gonna make some single player games first, because clearly this is not going so well. But I did mess around with the replication. I did learn some stuff, albeit not exactly the most correct ways of doing things. So it's not like I'm going in completely blind, but I am essentially going in blind from a multiplayer scenario. Oh, on the Epic launcher? I got a few on the Epic launcher, but some of them are NDA. I got to delete those projects so I don't have to fucking deal with that anymore. Last week's net profiling discussion actually really helped. Yeah, I think as long as you don't make literally everything relevant for everybody all the time, I feel like you could probably make your multiplayer game run pretty well. I think it's just a basis of like making sure you're not overloading the server and whatever. That's kind of the thought process. I'm sure once I start doing profiling and figuring out all this other shit, it's got to be like a huge headache. Putting my hands up for beta testing. Can you give me the spark notes of everything you've done so far? As basic as it is right now, we just have a little bit of VoIP in, set up for Steam sessions. We got a really basic little character model just to kind of, you know, have some of the art vibe there. We have some inventory stuff done. So you can like swap things, and that's all done on the client. You can drop things from the thing. You can also set things as active. So this would be your way of using items. You can drop items. You can throw items. We have the train random generation shit done, or like very basic version of it. We have some very basic doors, which I'm probably going to switch up. I'm going to make it so you, right now they just automatically open. I think it would be pretty cool making it so you have to like hold it and then slide out open. So I think I'll probably mess around with some of that stuff. Really leaning into the physics side of all of this stuff, I think would be really pretty fun as well. I got money from the government today. Yep. Yippee. Non-taxed. Non-taxed. Will the voice also alert the monsters? I would love to make the voice an integrated thing within the game, for sure. Definitely. That being said, something I thought about is how do we determine if someone is whispering versus someone who is talking at a normal volume? It's kind of dependent on how they, you know, did their setup and whatnot. So that's something I've been thinking about, is how do we make it so a player can whisper, and how do we maybe, you know, notify monsters or whatnot if you're like yelling? Could you not measure decibels? You can measure decibels, but the thing is, someone whispering really close to their microphone like this might actually have pretty high decibels if the, you know what I mean? Like, you can't necessarily control it very well. So you almost have to go in with the concept of they're either talking or they're not talking. Or they're talking for a period of time, and then that determines them as being like called out as like a thing. You could have 2 separate talking modes. So like, yeah, but then that complicates things. You know what I mean? Like you could. But then that adds, I think, a lot more complexity to something that's supposed to be relatively simple. You know what I mean? Like Arma has that. You have different like voice regions. You have yell, you have whisper, talk, normal talk, right? You could do that. How do we simplify that for something that's supposed to be a relatively simple game in nature, like friendslop or whatever? Yeah, Mortis, that's another thing. You could have different things. The thing is, because everyone has different hardware and different software for talking too. Some people have like preamps. Some people even have what's that fucking thing called? Banana something, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. Things could be set up in kind of different ways. Even then, right now, we have an issue. We have to do another test. The last test we did, everybody's VoIP was really quiet. So I had to go in. I created, I think, an OK compressor. We'll see if it actually does what we want. Yeah, voice meter. And then I also created a sound class that has the volume set to 3. So I got to figure that out. Is like, how do we increase the volume without people's mic peaking? There's a console command to increase the mic input gain. But if you increase it too high and you talk too loud, which isn't even that loud, it starts peaking really loudly. Yeah. Yeah. Light noise gate that can control with a slider, maybe? Maybe. I don't know. That'll be an interesting thing to think about. I think it is going to have to be relatively binary in that you are either speaking or you're not speaking. You know what I mean? You know? Yeah, I'll probably have to hook in a limiter, and maybe a limiter would help with peaking. I'm not sure. Does Unreal not have anything normalize the VoIP? I have no fucking idea. Let's see. Normalize VoIP. I have no idea how to normalize it. Now, there is a way of normalizing it with like, don't get me wrong, I'm not an audio guy, right? So it's like I don't know what these numbers mean for compressor, input gain, output gain, bypass, whatever. I don't really 100%. I know what the attack time and release time is. I know what those are. But then when it comes to ratio, threshold, all this shit, fucking peak mode, root mean squared, I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. There's a bunch of other sound effect presets that we could potentially use. This is just dynamics processor. There's a bunch of other ones that we can use. Where did we put these? I think we put them in audio. And the bit crusher, chorus, convolution, dynamic processor, envelope processor, EQ preset, filter preset, fold back distortion, mid-side spreader, motion filter, and panner. The hell does that mean? Maybe we'd want to put an EQ? Mid-side spreaders and wild one. Yeah, mid-side spreader. We should call that a monster. The mid-side spreader. Fucking rips you apart in half. Ugh. Please add a noise filter. Like, we could easily do that. Like, there is a, I think it's this one. I think the Dynamics has a gate. We could probably fuck around with a gate and make it so it, but there is, there are built-in console commands to, there's already gates there. It's just really intense right now. So that would probably be like some settings we would put. Like, how would we normalize this? What would be like the preset? Because I don't know. Is it bad that I have a collision sphere on my character that walks over an item and prompts you to pick up the items? Feels better to do that than every interact by having its own overlap sphere? I'd say do whatever you want to do, Ben. I'm probably going to do like a line trace that's like on tick. And then kind of go from there. Probably the compressor. That's what I'm thinking, right? I just don't know how to... I don't know how to get the I don't know how to use a compressor. I don't know what these mean. There's a bunch of knobs and shit. I don't know what to do with it. This one, and I don't even know until we play test. So for all I know, the next play test, I'm gonna blow everyone's fucking ears out. Use the mid-side spreader. Let's see what the mid-side spreader's got. Let's see what the let's take a look at the mid-side spreader. That's not what I wanted to name that. Let's take a gander at the mid-side spreader, shall we? Let's take a look. What you got, mid-side spreader? All right, mid-side spreader has input mode left, right. Output mode mid-side. What the fuck does that even mean? Spread amount. What does this even mean? What does that even mean? You would Uzi. I went to the friendslop instead. I did. You guys know how I was always memeing about those like people that are like, you should make a friendslop game instead. My ass over here is doing it. The mid-side spreader. You should make an MMORPG that'll kill WoW. No, I don't think I will. I think I'll just make a friendslop game. Maybe this plugin could do it? Audio normalizer. I don't know if this would work for VoIP. I think this is more so for sound effects. But a very good plugin. I'm going to add this to my wish list. Okay, never mind. I got to log in. Epic Games, Epic Games. Oh, Epic Games. Oh, Epic Games. Oh, I want to... Oh, my gosh. Epic Games. Well, I'm not reading YouTube chat. Hello, YouTube chat. Sam Jones, hello. Golden, hello. Joe Reese. I think you should put the VoIP somewhere at the end of the list of priorities. Ah, yes. You mean literally the primary thing that most people look for when it comes to a friendslop game, which is the VoIP? Yes, I do think that should be at the bottom of the priorities. I do think I say... Hold on, let's see. OSS, voice loopback. Test. Oh, wait. Test. Testing 1, 2. I can't hear myself. Testing? Test. Did I break the VoIP? Is the VoIP broken? Is the gain thing not working? Mic input gain 3. Testing? Test? What the fuck, man? Oh! I think I know what's going on. We put it on a different sound class, but because it's on a different sound class, maybe it's not being sent to the master mix or whatever the fuck words. Yeah, show me the words. Show me the things. Audio. Audio follows master media sound class. I think the thing is, we are not hooking up the VoIP to the ting. So I'm actually going to copy this. And then let's hook up the child classes. And one of those child classes is going to be the VoIP. Aha. Okay. And now let's hook up the thing to the right thing. All right. Now we should be able to hear our VoIP in game, I think. Test. Test. Testing. You mother... Increase the gain. Testing. Hello? Hello? Maybe it's the... Change the inner radius of this. 800? 1,000. 1,000. Maybe it's the attenuation. I definitely will, Monk. I haven't done anything to the characters yet in terms of like dynamic stuff, whatever. I don't think the mid-side spreader can solve this. I actually think that mid-side spreader is the solution to our problem here. Hello? Hello? Maybe it won't work if I have any other clients in the session. Hello? I know what the problem is. Test. Hello? Testing. Is game using the correct input? That's what I was testing real quick to see if it actually was or not. And I changed it, but default media sound class. Oh, but it doesn't matter. But let's hook it up to that one real quick. VoIP sound class. Sound class be used for the VoIP audio component. Is this like breaking everything? Maybe it's not working. Is it because your mic is being used by a different software? If that's the case, then that could be really bad. Did it work before? I did change a few things, so like we do have to test it out a little bit. Let's see here, event graph. Let's go to our begin play. Okay, VoIP talker. Component to attach to mesh. Voice attenuation with a VoIP preset effect. Is it possibly the VoIP preset effects that is causing this to not work? Let's set it to none real quick. Okay. So it's funny. This progress bar is actually supposed to be supposed to allow us to test this shit out, but it doesn't work. Testing. It doesn't. It doesn't work. Hello? Testing. Mother. Let's try it in here. What? Is this the right microphone? Pretty sure it is. I can no longer hit host session. Something, there is fuckery afoot in my video game. I don't know what it is, but something ain't right. Alright, play standalone. Maybe that was the problem. Cannot create session, game session. Session already exists. What the hell are you saying to me? Session already exists? What do you mean? Alright, rerun. Oh, wait, what? My shit's not hooked to writer. Maybe that was the problem. There's a warning that tells you something is disabled. It shouldn't be. It should be enabled. I decided to learn UE5. Godspeed, Sam Jones. Godspeed. Godspeed, my friend. Godspeed. Aha! Aha! Okay, so input gain 3, loop back, test. Testing. Maybe it is because I'm running an OBS, but then that concerns me. If someone's streaming, could they not run the VoIP through the game? Oh, voice dot. Voice dot. There's a way of debugging the... there it is. Print amplitude. Aha! Test 1, 2... Testing? Test? Hello? Wait, why is it not printing? Ah, God. Hello, test. Testing? This literally worked a momento ago. A momento ago? A momento ago. Testing. Test. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go fucking... Testing. I really don't want to increase this gain even higher, any higher. Testing. Let's try changing the sound class back to nothing. Is it maybe the attenuation? Let's turn off the attenuation. What's the mic threshold out? I do have to change those defaults too, so. Ah, that's really funny. You have to keep changing the fucking... Oh, it keeps calling that there's a session. Wait, hold on. Maybe we also need to do new editor window. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, so test number 5 million. Test. Testing. 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 Test. Testing. I think it's the sound class. Like the sound class is just not working. Let's try unhooking the sound class real quick. That would really suck if that doesn't work. Now we're back to like raw. There's no attenuation, no nothing. Testing. Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I don't hear shit. Hello, test. I know why it's not working. You have to do it in standalone mode. All right, let's try hooking everything back up. Let's try. Don't talk to me. I don't want to talk. I'm not in the mood. I don't want to talk right now. Test. Testing. Test. Hold on. Wait. Mic input gain. Test. First. Testing. Can you print to see if it's reading your mic in the first place? It should be. Crim talking to his voice, the voices in his head again. Here's. Let's do this standalone, but from the main menu. Maybe it's like not selecting the right. Like I bet you that's what's going on. It's not selecting the right thing. Does Shift Tab bring up the Steam UI? It should. That might be the problem, is because the Steam UI is not coming up. What was the fix for that in standalone? I swear there was a fix for that. We'll go to main menu, standalone in the main menu real quick. Man, what? Do I have Steam running? Yes. Test. Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god, that was so loud. I'm gonna put a limiter on. I gotta put a limit. I'm putting a limiter on the UE. I'm putting a limiter on the. Oh, that scared me. I'm so sorry. Who would have thought that would happen? All right. Wow. God. Oh, sorry, chat. Sorry, my bad. Oh, after all of that period of not working, honestly, it probably would have been for the best that it would not work ever at all. Well, let's slap a limiter on that, I guess. Now you guys heard what half of our testing was. That literally it's been that. It's been I'm sorry, chat. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me Let me, what's my microphone limiter at? Negative 3.1 decibels. Okay, I got an idea for the Unreal Engine limiter. I'm going to put that at negative 15. Negative 16 decibels. You got it to work? Well, not really. Kind of, but not really. All right, hold on. I'm going to test it on my end. And I'm going to lower the Unreal Engine. Actually, was that even Unreal Engine? What even read that? Does a normalizer or compression? Compressor does exist. I just don't know how to... I don't know what I don't know what any of this means. Could we have a compressor that increases the gain and one that decreases it? Sorry, chat. I'm sure many of you shit yourself after that. I'm sorry. I know any amounts of apologies will not do it. Yeah. Okay, let me try without the increasing the gain, because that was one thing that we did. That honestly probably, I don't even know if we needed to do that. Hold on. I lowered the volume for you guys. Okay, or you can lower the volume too. Warning. You can do that. Okay, let's just do the loop back without the input gain. Let's actually set that to 1. Let's force that back to 1. Test. Oh my fuck. Did you guys hear that? Which one is that? Testing? Okay, you guys hear the Unreal Engine one. Testing. Testing. Test. Test. Testing. 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 Okay, that's not bad. That's actually that's with the 3x scale and the compressor. Testing. Testing. All right. Hey. That's pretty loud. that's pretty loud. Testing. Testing. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. All right. Like, okay, the chances of you peaking that is a lot lower. All right. We're good. What game engine would I learn if you had to start over? I don't know, man. There's too many grasses greener on the other side moments. Roblox engine. I don't know. I would learn a different industry. I don't know. Unreal, probably, still. Even as I hate it sometimes. Other people have shitty mics. The thing is, I just need people's volumes to be relatively consistent. What I might do... so we got the attenuation and the preset effect. I'm gonna need, that made me sweat. I'm fucking sweating like crazy. We'll probably need some more shit in the thing. Yeah, I am definitely gonna have like a voice, like gain slider. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do there. So that you can properly test that. Let's sweat some more. 5 push-ups. Mods? Hmm. How long did it take to learn Blender to make decent assets? I don't know. I'm still not that good in reality. Push-ups are 10K now? What a scam. They've always been 10K. No, I'm definitely going to have a limiter, Janko. I got to figure out how the limiter works. In fact, let's slap a limiter in here. Let's get a different effect preset. We'll call this... Shit my pants, I did. And then let's get a limiter going. It didn't change any of the values. I don't even know what to do with this. Nord, thank you for the prime. Thank you. Weren't they 5K before? I don't think so. I have not touched that thing in years, so. Is randomly gaining traction. I've sold another 34 copies in the last 2 days. My I've been getting a bunch of Steam reviews for Sue for Hire all of a sudden. I think it's the Steam Awards. I don't know. But there's been a ton of reviews rolling in, and I have no idea why. I want to say it's the Steam Awards. Is there like a thing that's like rewarding people for putting in a review on a game? What award did I get? I don't think we're gonna get any awards. Oh, you get a badge level up. Oh, of course. I knew there had to be something. There had to be something. Cool. Did you use your personal account for Superpower, or did I create a company account? Both. Without getting into detail. Both. All of above. All of the above. I don't know how this limiter works. What the hell is... I don't... whatever. Max all the values and test. Okay. Guys, that's the guy who destroyed your microphone. I mean, headphones. And I apologize on his behalf. Why does it sound like everything got louder? Did I actually like blow out my eardrum? Why does everything sound louder? What happened? Everything actually sounds like it got louder. I actually think the master here... Oh, I set the master volume to 3, but the VoIP is supposed to be 3. Common mistake. Common mistake, of course. There we go. Of course, you know, it happens. Yeah, sorry, chat. Sorry about breaking all that. I've been playing a game called Upload Labs, and it's way too fun. It's a node-based incremental game. Node-based incremental game. Ooh. Upload Labs. I've played a game that's kind of like a incremental game like that, I think. Incremental games, or like what's a different word for that? Idle games? Those like idle game type things. It's like fun for a little bit, and then there comes a point, it's like a moment of clarity. It's like a moment of clarity when you play those games where it's like, what the fuck am I doing? I don't know why. I just have a moment, like after a few hours of playing it, I have a moment of clarity where I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Upload Labs. Yeah, it's definitely, yeah. Cool though, it looks cool. Very cool. Very cool. Bit of craft. Now that you're super rich, you can hire me to do art, right? I'm not super rich. I'm poor.
Shit my pants, I did.
Now I'm rich because Scotty gifted 5 subs. Holy shit. Scotty, thank you. Thank you, man.
Shit my pants, I did.
Appreciate that. I will now be shitting my pants for the next 5 minutes. First time I've seen a millionaire eating oats from a glass jar. Oh, shut up. Oh, come on, man. Stop judging my overnight oats. Okay? That shit tasted and felt like ass to eat. Okay? Stop judging my overnight oats. All right? What's next?
Shit
You're gonna judge the fact that I got a big box of Costco cookies and fucking donuts in my office, which I do. I'm gonna eat the fuck out of that later. The fuck is overnight oats? Listen, you don't need to know. It's fine. Ever see Shenzhen IO? Shenzhen IO, never heard of it. I'm gonna judge your air filter. God, man, everybody's a fucking critic these days. Hey, why does your door look like that? Oh, air filter. Your chair. Everyone's a damn critic these days. Ever heard of exapunks? Exapunks. Let's take a look. Or exopunks, preferably. Is it either exapunk or exopunk? This looks neat. Neato. This is pretty cool looking. Hooking up to your Game Boy? What the hell? That's kind of cool looking. So wait, is it exopunk or exopunk? I think it's exopunk. I like the cover art and shit, man. That looks sick. How many games does this person have? Oh, this game! This is the game that Game Maker's Toolkit was talking about. Oh, this Shenzhen IO in here as well. It's the same guy. It's the same guy doing all this shit. What the fuck is all of this? This guy made the game that inspired Minecraft? This guy's a boss. He's been releasing games since 2011? I've seen this game being played too, I think. Did I? Have I? This person's way too creative. I don't make these types. I'm just an idiot. I just copy other people and like just try to make it unreal. Like I'm honestly, real talk. I literally just copy other people. I cannot do. That's too sick. That's sick. That's awesome. That is creative as fuck. I found an epic thread about mic threshold being too low. I am probably going to change the mic threshold as well. Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. Voice dot... Well, silence detection threshold and then release time and attack time. Or is it silence detection? No, it's something else. It's mic noise gate threshold, which I think I set to 0.01. By default to 0.08. So I do need to change that stuff. Last stream you were wearing that same exact gray shirt, by the way. Anything else you want to psychoanalyze? Anything else? Last call makes you wait 10 minutes to download a game on 56K. Oh my god. It's fine that you're wearing it. Yeah, I don't change my clothes as often as others. You know, I got 2 Epic Games shirts, even 3. I got a bunch of black shirts, bunch of like 1 gray shirt. I've got 1 5 push-ups redemption. Oh my god. Hype chest. Frog wow. Wow. That's a pretty good emote. Your face looks exactly the same as last stream. I'm glad. Thank you. Less wrinkles, huh? I have 4 Path of Exile official shirts from the expensive supporter packs. That is sick. Are the 3 shirts the only things you got from Epic Grants? No, I've also gotten... I got a keychain. And I got... What else did I get? I got a mouse pad that I think my partner uses. I got... I'll let you know. I did get a mega grant. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading. In fact, I might actually delete Kermit voice and Yoda voice. Say goodbye, chat. Any chance for Superfire coming on console? I don't know when. I would like to. I already have some of the process done for the Xbox, but not for PlayStation. Listen, I'll read the first listen.
Kermit the Froggy, the frothing hunger in my stomach hath not been quenched, brother. For many a night I wonder.
That's it. That's all you're getting. You wrote a whole ass fucking paragraph or like a snippet of like a book, and I'm not reading it. You gotta draw and talk. Love Super High. When's the next update that's gonna have the photo mode? Hopefully soon. I have been kind of slacking on that, I will admit. But if you want an early access to it, you can enable it on the beta mode and gain access to all of the other changes as well. So just right-clicking the game, going to properties and then betas, and then you can enable it. And then you can play around with it.
Kermit, I won't exist anymore.
Why is it just sounds so bad. I'm not a voice actor, and I don't want anybody to join the stream and be like, this guy's cringe, which, like, they probably join and they say that anyways, but, you know, it's like, we just make it worse. Anyways, we should get to work. What do you guys think? You're so cringe. Ew, cringe. Ew, yucky. They don't need to hear you to think that. How do any of you motherfuckers have friends if you're this mean? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? Just joke's on you. I don't. Sorry. Says the guy that streams and works all the time. I don't even work that much. Okay. Don't get it twisted. These days, I don't work that much. Okay. So don't think that you need to work 10 hours a day to get anything done. You don't. You don't need to work 10 hours a day. People are going to tell you that. You need to grind. You got to get on that grind. You don't need to work 10 hours a day. Okay. We're convinced you're a lazy dev? I am pretty lazy. I'm actually very lazy. I procrastinate a lot. Coming from a rich person checks out. I snapped my neck from the inside. If you like what you do, it's easier. You like it until you don't like it. And when you don't like it, you really don't like it. So you just got to be careful. Don't overwork. Imagine spending $3K on sound effects and then eating oats from a glass jar while breathing poorly filtered air and streaming on a tilted webcam. This guy has a notepad. He's got a notepad open with like every single fucking thing. Eat oats out of a glass jar. That's what he wrote today. That's a new thing. New thing that he inputted. Next, he's going to input, wears gray shirt 3 times a day. 3 times a week. Aren't you literally a rich kid and your parents pay your rent? I pay my own rent. I am not rich. I have my bullet points indeed. Oh, God. Must have been someone else. Must have been someone else. Must have been the wind. Must have been the wind. Must have been the wind. You didn't deny the rich kid part, though? I'm not rich. Maybe I was a little bit more privileged and well off than other people, obviously. But that being said, you were probably well off and more rich than other people in the world as well. That being said, here's the reality. We're all privileged in some way. If you're healthy and you don't have any issues, you're privileged. I'm sorry. Just saying. If you are healthy, you can walk around, you are in some way privileged over someone else. You know what I mean? That's the reality of it all. So, yeah. I'm not rich though. Definitely not. Maybe I maybe had access to some other things, but you know, when I hear a lot of like the amount of video games that people play when they were a kid, I'm like, how the fuck did you get all of those? Like, for like the longest time as a kid, for like 10 years, we were just playing like Super Mario 64, Donkey Kong, Mario Kart 64. Like, like, I had to get like my own soccer refereeing job, which was fucking awful because it was like $10 a match to get yelled at by parents who were absolute fucking psychopaths to try to afford a PS3 back in the day. But then you hear other people that are like, yeah, I played this game and this game and this game and this game and this game. And I'm like, how many fucking games did you play? How many games did you play? These motherfuckers been playing everything. You were a soccer referee? Unfortunately, yeah, I was. When I was younger, that was like the only way to make money. Being a soccer referee blows. Most of it blows because of the parents. The parents that are at these matches are like, they think their kid is playing at FIFA. It's like, no, your kid is not playing at FIFA. They're a fucking low tier, low grade skill kid. Like, when they kick the ball, they're kicking it mindlessly. Don't think your kid is in the FIFA. They're not. You're not either, bitch. But at the time, I was like 13, and any sort of yelling from anywhere made me cry. I had moments where I was crying on the field. I had to compose myself, and then I had to go up to one of the coaches and be like, you need to take a control of your kids, all right, and your players. And if you don't, I will remove you from the field. And that fucking coach shut the fuck up real quick. At that time, there was someone who was reviewing me from like the upper, the peoples, the referees of the referees. And they were like, good job. I was like... Yeah. Am I able to make an eFootball game? Nah, I'd rather not. Maybe. Would I be able to? I don't know. Probably not. I only had access to my childhood investment account. Listen, Simon, that's fucking privileged. I don't even have a childhood investment account. What the fuck even is that? You only had access. Brother, I didn't have any of that. My debit card bank account was $15.63 when I was a kid. I had to check my fucking phone, or I had to go to the grocery store, and then they had to tell me you don't have enough funds in your account. That's the way I would know how much funds I had in my account at that time. I still remember walking into like a Shoppers Drug Mart. It's like a grocery store here or kind of like convenience store, drugstore here in Canada. I went and tried to buy a bag of Twizzlers, and then I tried to insert my card, and they're like, hey, you don't have enough funds. And I had to walk out with nothing and then go into school. And let me tell you, that was on my mind for like a week. This is just the image of error code, not enough funds. Like that, seeing that that's traumatic. I need therapy for that. Yeah, for a week. It's still in my mind. The fact that I remember it now must mean that I was... Have you ever had sleep for dinner? Sleep for dinner. Since then, the portfolio has only expanded 4,000%. What the hell, Simon? Hey, fill me in on this shit, man. Jeez. Ever had asterisks for dinner? Yeah, totally, man. I have. Whatever that is. Worms. The Olympics of privilege has begun. Ever had for dinner? Yes. Yes. Most definitely. All right. So... let's see. I'm not sure if I like the overall structure of this train design. This is kind of sick because it's angled. Putting the pro in procrastination. Hey, it's in my description. I'm the pro procrastinator. The train needs to be taller? You think so? Do we make the train taller? This bow piercer train was kind of angled also. I don't know what his bow piercer is. I don't know what that is. Double the height. Double the height? All right, boss. Let's try it out. I don't know if I'll do double, but let's try this much. What's the lore of this train, anyways? It's a train. It's a creepy train. It's a kind of a spoopy train. The passengers are, you know, kind of psychos. They're kind of psychos. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if I like. I don't know if I like the height of the train like that. It kind of looks like a barn now. These aren't good models, just to be clear. Thank you for notifying me. I don't know if doubling the height is the way to go. If you fall one more time, I'm gonna crash out. That's how I feel. Hold on, we need to change the music. I'm gonna go fucking. I'm gonna go crazy. What's this? Yes. We could slant the walls. Whoa, that looks kind of... Whoa. Accidental feature. Whoa. Whoa. You ever use AI image gen? I used it once in my entire career, and I don't think I ever will, to be honest. It's like, it's okay, but it's not really. That looks kind of sick. I do dig that. That's pretty cool. All right, throw it into the export. Export that bad boy. It's truly aerodynamic. One might say I'm actually a physicist, even though I failed physics. What kind of train you trying to make? It's kind of like a dystopian. Like it's going to be multiple things. It's not going to be for like just passengers, but there's going to be other things like storage and shit like that. Train like two. I like the angle, man. Ooh, yeah, on the outside, the angle's kind of sick. Why do I keep spawning so far away from it? It's to piss you guys off. Okay, maybe the well, the front of the train is not going to look like this. It looks fucking stupid. But the front of the train will be like the coolest thing. Now make the roof look cool. We're working on it. We're working on it. Yeah, these are some of our references. So Snowpiercer, some random shit that I saw. Some stuff here. I don't know what kind of. I kind of want to go for like a dystopian, kind of steampunk, kind of, you know, like this looks fucking cool. But it looks almost like a military vehicle, and I don't really want to make it look too much like a military vehicle, but yeah. I don't want it to look too like metallic like this either. You not just like buy a train mall and 5x it. You spent like 10K on assets for this game at this point anyways. What the no. Next question. See, I like this kind of angled on the front. Like we could probably do something like that for the angle on the front here, which I think would look really, really cool. Like we could let's fuck around with the front real quick. The front could be very important here. Do users really care if you have the AI generated content thing on Steam? I don't know. I just work here. Maybe not, but for me it's kind of like, you know, I just don't really care for that stuff, I guess. Try and put in that. What the hell? Yeah, whatever. It's our block out anyways. It's flame decals on the sides. Hey, what the hell? Flame decals on the sides is crazy. Okay, let's try and see what that looks like at the momento. What I probably want in the engine is I probably do want it to be multi-story, to be honest. I probably will make it so you have to like go up top somewhere else to go to like the main station area, and then the lower section would be things like where the furnace would be and other shit. So I'm thinking that will probably be what I do there. Okay, all right. Yes. I like the angle on the sides. I think that's cool. I don't know why the smoothing on the ceiling is fucked up. I'm like, what happened? Why did it import like that? What is wrong with you? What? Why are you weird? Why is it so weird? I don't get it. This is cabin 3. Cabin 3. Yeah, I don't know why the normals are fucked. Like, it doesn't make any sense. In here, they're fine. Wait, no, they're not. Show me the normals. Okay, where's that button? They moved everything. Why did they move everything? Is this removing doubles? Hmm. Maybe that's what it was doing, compute weighted normals? Nope, it wasn't the weighted normals. Why is it just this one piece? That's weird. What is... What? Huh? Let's try recalculate normals. Uh-huh. Interesting. Recompute normals was doing that. Interesting. Weird. Odd. Very weird. That's just the default for some reason. I don't know why. Never recompute normals? I don't know why it's doing that. I have to do this on a per mesh basis. Oh, I'm gonna go crazy. Wow. I already fixed this one. Next. I'm still not 100% happy with the form of it, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Very basic shapes at the momento. Okay, there we go. We fixed the normals. Not that that's a huge problem right now. Okay. So the front engine's gonna have its like own design. Yes. Yes. Have I saved recently? I save literally every 13 seconds on the dot. We do be doing a lot of saving. To version control. I'm glad you asked. Currently, this project is not hooked to version control, but don't you worry. It will. Yeah, someday. One of these days. Maybe tomorrow, maybe today. I don't know. What software do I use for the reference board? Pure Ref? No version control in 2025 is crazy. So the annoying thing with version control is every project now I have to basically create its own workspace because I don't want to talk about it. Whatever, man. Don't talk to me. God, this design is so cool, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Thinking. I think there should be an extrusion, like right here. Right here. Yes. Yes. An extrusion, yes. One might say, yes. And then it, yes. Your train design sucks? Suck my balls, man. Jeez. Everybody's a critic. One year as a subscriber, by the way. Yeah, welcome to my stream. I ask you a normal question. What's your normal question? Where's your question? Do you have a public test date set for yourself for this yet, or just you know what's really funny, Fi? I'm gonna be completely real with you. I'm sorry. I read that in my brain and answered it in my brain, which was I don't know, and then I didn't say it out loud. So I'm sorry. In my brain, I read your comment. I saw your comment. I read it in my brain, and I was like, "That's a really good question." And then I just didn't answer it, probably because I don't know what I don't have a public test date yet. I would like to set one. Look at this enemy getting mangled by the door in suit. I have had this happen before. I'm going to assume they get the door gets stuck inside of them. Yeah. Yeah. Video games. Is this game a friend slop game? Yeah, it's a sloppy friend game. So that's the thing about the train. You want to give the train a hat? Oh, like a second story. I think some of the cabins would have a second story. I am going to do that. I think that'd be cool. That's a house? It's a red house. A barn. Yeah. No, I do think... I don't know if I would do a second floor on all of the trains. I think I would do some of them would have a second floor. Because I think that would be cool. Found you randomly on Twitter, then didn't realize it until I watched your last stream on YouTube. Followed on all social, really like your style. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Welcome. There is a reason why it's not in hashtag art. I don't know about you, but I think it should be in hashtag art. I think it should be. I don't know about you, but I think it should be in art. Oh, dude, what if we make it so the train is running on electricity lines? Nah. Stupid idea. I feel like half of the cool shit that occurs for a train that really gives it the essence of train is the bottom section. If you removed the bottom section from the top section, this would literally just look like a shoe. This is just, or a boot. It's a very fancy looking boot. It's got a flashlight at the front. Yeah. If you think about it.
Yeah, I feel like trains are like the big part of it as well, except for this one. This one's got fucking nuclear ejection, I don't know, space ports on the side. This one just looks straight up sci-fi, which I don't know if I want to do like any sort of straight up sci-fi stuff. This is cool. I like the style of this one, but I don't know if this is like what I would want to go for. Although it's cool. Very cool. That train is upside down. Which one are you talking about? This one? It's not upside down. It's just, you know, it's just designed interestingly. Nuclear slop. You guys just call anything slop these days. Maglev? I don't know if I would make it like a maglev. I do love the idea of hearing the train. You know what I mean? And I got a whole ass sound pack that I bought for the train, so you know, it might as well yeah, there's something like rustic about hearing the train on wheels, on whatever these are. Whatever. I'm not a train guy. I think you have a sound pack for anything imaginable. That's not true. I'm gonna remove the side catwalks. I still think taller life. I don't know if I want it to be like maybe a little bit taller, but I don't think like that much taller. I don't know if I want the catwalk here, at least in the current design of this right now. So let's take it off of the front. I am going to put a catwalk on the front engine cabin, but it's kind of skewing my it's kind of ruining my vibe, man. It's kind of squishing my vibe. What the? I do love these windows, though. That's sick. What in the schizo music is this? What do you mean? It's my jam. Just I have no idea. Sound effects slop music. You guys are haters. I'm telling you, everyone's a critic. Everyone's a critic. Okay. I just love the idea of like you could be on the side of here and then like if you don't hug the side of the train could like topple and then your ass is like out in wherever the fuck. Why would you have an emote? What is that called? Oh. I thought it was just milk. It's just milk in all caps. I don't know. How's game dev been today? Much progress. We're working on like the general form of the trains now. That's what we're working on right now. Milk. Ah! Maybe you could have the sections where the train is slanted on the side of a mountain, they could fall. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I like that idea. I always watch this home run. I like this slanted element. I think if we follow a little bit of that structure, we'll be good. I like the slanted. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. That's cool. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I bet you like slanted elements. Yeah, where are you going with that, Jimmy? Hmm? Your name is Jimmy now. You're the Jimmy in the chat. The Jimmy Mr. Beast. Bottom left of my screen. Okay. Wait, I want to see what the windows look like. Show me the windows. Randomly generates, yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. I swear the webcam has slanted more than an hour ago. If it has slanted more, I assure you, there is a ghost in my room, some sort of paranormal entity, or earthquake. I don't know. It could be either one of those. Nothing else. Jump through the window? Wait, is the air duct clipping through the... Wait, now that we did that, are we clipping through the... Wait, can we clip through the window? Let's try putting a window above the air duct real quick. No, it's all good. Oh, shit. Yo, cooking. Cooking. Ladies and gentlemen, your chef, Crimson, about to cook you guys a fucking killer plate of mac and cheese. It's boxed. Killer plate of glass jar oats. Hell yeah. Generate? Yes. Yes, very good. I wonder how much impact some really base textures are going to make on this. But I do think we need some more geometry. We require more geometry. Put something briefly. Thank you for your thought process. I may just do that. Pop a dark metal on it and call it a day. Select children. That didn't work. Motherfucker. Select grouped... whatever. That didn't work. Hold on. Hold. Please hold. Cube projection, my favorite friend. It is good to see you. I just exported 10 assets, which is incorrect. It's supposed to be 5. Like this. And, yeah, I'm not looking in my folder. Whatever. Who cares? Okay. Now we have consistent UVs. Let's try slapping some random metal on this. Template resources? Do I not have starter content in here? I don't have starter content in here. Prototype grid top dark. Oh my god. Let's slap that. That sounds great. Yes. Top dark. Oh, dude, yes. Oh, dude, now we're cooking. Oh, dude. Why does that have a different color than... It's because that's the one I edited. Today, I am not using my brain. My brain is not processing literally anything. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. I have no idea what's going on. I am bejoinked out of my mind. Okay, obviously I want to give it an actual material, but damn, this is a nice little prototype material. I don't know why I go crazy for these really nice, like grid materials. The default UE would. I use that shit in Suit for Hire, and it works. Can you do instanced FBX into UE, and how? Instanced FBX. You could do instance meshes. Oh, you can't jump above the seat, which I guess is fine, actually. We do need to fuck around with the little storage things to like put things above the chairs. Aren't those chairs a bit big? I scaled it up because I'm basically perceiving our character is smaller than humans. We are sausage people. We're not sausages. We're beans. What is it? Dude, this music is like if you had an anxiety attack and then suddenly like a bunch of shit is going on and just like a fucking fiesta randomly around you, and then suddenly like this is what would play. Can we play the Satisfactory soundtrack? No, we'll play this. Whatever this is. Okay, going back to our references. The ceiling. I'm still not, like, fond of the ceiling. Another anxiety and depression-inducing music? Real. Actually real. There's something about this lo-fi music sometimes that's just like... kind of creepy. Okay, let's try this instead. All right. Around the ceiling may allow the player to jump the middle chairs, but not the sides. You do have a point, actually. On that point, the interior is not rounded. One of the reasons why I didn't do a rounded interior, because some of these are going to be very different rounded interiors. But let's try fucking with it. Let's fuck with a rounded interior real quick. Do we want it to be... This is the Skyrim soundtrack? What? No way. You can't be serious. What? No. That's preposterous. I don't know if I move these together. Okay, so then from here we're gonna we're gonna round the inside a little bit. Yeah. It would appear that the back and front of the train has a different spot for the I'm unsure. I'm unsure as to why. Oh no, that's a different train at the front. Okay. Whoops. I can't believe Kermit would pretend that he made this music. So at what point did I say I made the music that is currently playing on the Twitch stream? When did I say that? I would never. And how dare you say that you think that I made that a lot more complicated than I needed to be. How dare you insinuate that I would say such a thing? Making a train again? What do you mean? It's the same train. Wait, what do you mean? It's the same train. It's the same train. It hasn't changed. Which one is this? Cabin Juan? Cabin Juan. Cabin 1 now has a rounded interior. Let's take a look. This is cabin 1. Very good. I do love when the lighting bleeds into the room. I do love when that happens. Do love that. Very good. I love when that occurs. Thank you, Unreal. Is the ceiling too thin? Oh, I did make a train for Ronan. That is true. That is true. Did not think about that. In fact, I've completely removed that from my memory. To be honest. I have indeed removed that from my memory. Made a train for Sufar as well? I did. I think I did model that one. Am I gonna have a sun? Light. Sunlight. Am I gonna have a sun? I actually don't know if I'm gonna even have like a sun. Because I feel like it just makes things more complicated. That's between you and your partner. That's not what I meant. Am I gonna have sunlight? Am I gonna have sunlight? Jeez. That's not what I meant. I kind of like the... Yeah, I like the curved ceiling. The flat one looks a bit odd. Not a fan. It does look a little bit like a military tent. I will... yeah. It you know, yeah, you know, yeah, you got a point. Yeah, you got a bit of a point there. It does kind of look like a military... If your world is outdoors, that's the thing. It's not like you will be able to exit outside of the train, but it's like not often. Most of it will be indoors. So I feel like we should say fuck the sunlight, because I feel like it just adds too much cost to everything. You know what I mean? Can we add sunlight in post in the material? Can we fake that? Can we fake the sunlight? Because like I think sunlight would probably be only in like the first stage or like the first level.
to like maybe the second level. Maybe the second level would be like, yeah. And then after that, I think we just want full on nighttime. You know, get real creepy with it. First level daytime, second level or whatever, it could be like dawn. No, it's the other one. Dawn. I think it's dawn. Turn on lumen. Yeah, and then everything just... Yeah, the directional light just feels like a headache. I just fucking hate this. Like, it could just be that the roof is too thin. Where are we at? Which one is this? This is cabin 1. Let's test some stuff with cabin 1 real quick. Let's make this taller. Let's make the outside taller, is what I wanted to do. So it's thicker. Let's also angle this, so it's angled similar to the other thing. Is the wall too thin, which is why it's causing this issue? Maybe. Perhaps. Maybe. Perhaps. Mayhaps. Mayhaps. Oh, maybe we do an angle. An angle for the entrance. But then, how do I flatten this? Because it's getting real ugly here. I love how disappeared. It's gone now. Yeah, I don't know if I like that very much. Like the idea of angling it like that. Please don't ban me for what I post in game dev. Mods, keep an eye on that man. What did he post? Crim's train design references? Dude, listen, man, give me a break, man. Oh, yeah, it kind of does look... Yeah, whatever, dude. Hey, listen here, okay? Smart ass, all right? Listen here. Listen here, motherfucker. Let me try exporting that to see if the lighting will look a little better or if it's still gonna bleed. That does look better. There is less bleeding. However, it does mean that the roof is taller, which honestly is not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Not that bad. Let's try reducing our stuff that we did in the lighting again. Guys, the reason why it doesn't look that bad is because the directional light is turned off. Okay, let's test it again. So number 3 still has some bleeding. Okay, I see. I see. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Great. Love that. Love that. Now, I'm sure with some walls and stuff, we probably won't see that, but we see it. I don't know how to fix that bleeding so it does not occur to that level or degree. Yeah. I do think we're going to do some static light builds in this project, though. We are probably going to do a bunch of static light builds.
I do think so. I do say so, I think. But I'm not too worried about it right now. That shouldn't be something we worry about right now. Add a trim around the inside of the train. That could help. That could indeed help. Am I using virtual shadow maps? Hell no. Hell no. Let's see. Why not? I think virtual shadow maps are ass to work with. And also way too fucking expensive. And just not worth it. Something that might help is actually putting the door frame. How tall is the door? Like almost I don't know. Just try slapping. You know what? I'm gonna do something. Yeah, I'm gonna do something really stupid. I'm gonna do something real dummy. I'm gonna make a separate actor for this door frame. Almost kind of make it look a little bit like an airlock. VSM will solve the light bleeding issue. And then we introduce a whole new issue, which is like, well, VSM, I believe, is only in SM6/DX12. And 5 million other factors that I just don't think we need to deal with for this project. I just don't think we want to deal with that stuff. The center of the train looks cool. Right, I'm just trying to figure out like the base shape, and I think ultimately it's going to come together as we like add more details and whatnot. I think it'll start piecing together. I think it's going to be some like accent pieces that start like for example, like these windows. I feel like these windows just add such an accent to the entire thing. So as we use these windows more, I think everything will kind of fall into place, I think. I have no idea if this is all on grid. Would you look at that? It's not. Chat probably cringing because I'm not using snapping. No, you have to snap. You can't do that. Stop it. No. Psychopath. So unlucky for me, I can't test the test door. Oh, there it is. It needs to be a bit lower, but you know, we could always like, I'm not too worried about the semantics of all this. I should probably instance these. These are like the types of meshes that you should probably instance in like Blender and whatnot. But me stupid. Oh, the catwalk is clipping the thing. Krim, what's the timeline for this game? Planning for release in the next year? Yeah, probably mid 2026, I'm guessing, somewhere around there. April 6th. Probably not April 6th. Maybe we could start marketing in April 6th. That'd be a good ideal. I think okay, so one thing for sure. I like the slanted sides. I think that's sick. I think that looks really cool. Big fan. I like the window design. Very cool. Yeah. All you do is just open a bunch of doors in this game. Currently, yes. And pick up random items that have no importance and throw them. That is the video game currently. Yes. It is true. It is true. The inside does feel pretty flat, but I'm mostly worried about the exterior right now. So once we can get the shape language and whatnot of the exterior, then we're all good. I think part of it might just be like we just need to start putting in like the details, like the wheels and shit. Like look at how this is. There's like it's exposing the wheels, which I think is very cool looking. Something like this. See, this is very like residential, but yeah, I think like, or not residential, but a very like, I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, we are going to have some doubles, but that's going to just be a different cabin. Like that would just be a whole ass different cabin, as we'd have like an upper section, but as a different, I wouldn't want the entire train to be 2 floors. It would just be like, here, we can just make a new cabin like this. This will be cabin 5. So we could, I don't know if I want to add a second cabin to this already, considering that we're still trying to figure out the design, but yeah, the second cabin could look a bit like this. Excuse me. Wowee. Could look a bit like, a little bit like this. Where's my size reference? What is my size reference? Bean Man. Bean Man. The Bean Man. Bean Man would be somewhere like here because we have to compensate for the curved roof. Something like that. And then this would go up to here. But because we're trying to follow the angle, we'd want to, as close as possible, follow this wall.
Uh-huh. Yep. 0.99989. Yes. That's it. That's the one. Yes. And then we'd probably scale this down as well to follow that. And then of course we could have windows on the top side too. Widget interaction? Probably won't go with the widget interaction. So yeah, this could be like the second floor. And then we could do stuff like that. And then there could be a staircase to go to the second floor. My only worry about doing a second floor is how do we get the we would have to make it work for enemies, right? The staircase would have to be like wide enough and whatnot for enemies to go upstairs as well. And then the scary thing about being in an upstairs section is the only way for you to get down would be to to go to the staircase. So that would be kind of the interesting factor for the that would be the interesting factor of like an upstairs section. And then we can quickly close this off. Close that off. Will there be a staircase on both sides though? I guess we could have two staircases. We'd have to see how much space the staircase would have to take. That would be the biggest thing. Just making sure that it doesn't take too much space. Did I forget to make the insides of the the geometry for this inside is diabolically horrible. It's just none of it is connected to anything. None of it is connected to anything. It is the worst thing ever. Okay. So this is now cabin 5. Cabin 5. Let me go to... There we go. I don't know what these other files are. We're going to delete those. Goodbye. Then we can go ahead and import cabin 5. Import. Disable nanite support. What the stupid engine. I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna okay. Put that there. It appears we are missing part of the inside. That's okay. That's okay. We need a ceiling. We need a ceiling in here anyways. And then a way to get to the top. And then we need to clear the parent. Think you need more internal walls so the trains aren't just big open spaces? Yeah. Right now, everything just big open spaces, but we are going to have like internal walls. Like these are going to be like almost like tiny houses. It's like going through a dungeon. It's just a lot of it is more lengthy, I guess. It's like in one direction, but there's going to be different rooms. There's going to be different things. There's going to be windows in different spots.
They're not going to be all in the same spots. There's going to be vents and air ducts in certain places. And then like, we'll even fuck around with like, the doors don't necessarily need to be in the center. We could also have some of the doors, for example, some of the doors could be like this or like this. Right? Some of our doors could be like that. And then that way we can really start messing around with some really fun stuff. Like we could start messing around with like interiors in here. Maybe we could do staircases on both of nearby entrances or whatever. And that could be how we could mess around with that. Where's the cabin that has the curved interior? Curved interior, where are you? Curved interior. Where art thou? What the hell? I kind of like that. What the hell? What's really interesting is that one side has a different kind of, we need to apply this mirror. Why am I complicating this? What the hell? What the hell is this? I feel like I'm playing Sims, but it's like the most fucked up house ever. Where's the pool? Okay, so now we got the ceiling on the ceiling, and then, yeah. Then we would just have to put the second floor up here. I didn't... Okay, problem. We have to make this taller. Which is going to look really weird because I don't know. I don't know how much taller we can get without this kind of like looking really off. Oh, wait, hold on. We need to actually... No, wait. We don't need to make it taller. Because we have to curve the inside of the roof. Let's go ahead and take this one. Yes. 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 My nose is killing me. Okay. And then we just need a staircase to go upstairs. Will the train ever be visible from the outside? Yeah, there'll be like outer catwalks, and then of course when you're in a station, you'll be able to kind of see the outside of the train. Maybe that could be a safe room. The safe room would be the random bathrooms that are scattered around the train. But yeah, I think if we were to do an upstairs, there'd have to be a repair job or something in these upstairs sections, or like more loot, or you know what I mean, shit like that. We'd have to figure out how the players would enter this area. I think it would be like some sort of staircase. Some sort of staircase to get in here would have to be what we do. Anyways, let's try exporting this again, and then we'll import this. Well, the train traverse snowy areas. That would be, yeah, some of the zones I think would be like snowy area, acidic / like maybe going through some kind of like radioactive zone could be kind of sick too. Yeah, we'll figure it out as we go. I hate meetings so much. I'm so glad I don't have to go to any meetings anymore. Not that I like hated them, but it a lot of times it did, with respect, it did kind of feel like a waste of time for me. Okay, let's put the cabin 5 in the cabin types generator. Now we can have cabin 5 spawn in. Don't you sometimes miss your in real life job? No, I'm extremely privileged to be able to do what I'm doing, and thank God I do not miss. I do not miss it one bit. Damn it. So what does it look like? Honestly, not bad. I think it actually fits. Are you going to progress from the back of the train towards the locomotive? No. So you start from the front, and then you like how things would probably go down is you would start at the front, you'd spawn at the front, and then you'd go around the train gathering items and shit to fuel the furnace or the engine to keep the train going. You might have a friend stay at the engine or at the front of the train, because there's going to be like a bunch of interfaces showing where errors might pop up or little things. Maybe they might have cameras. I don't know if I know. We'll figure that out. But the idea is like people would go around, find items to either sell and whatnot. So you spawn in the train? Yes, you spawn in the train. And then here we have the 2-story train, which has the incorrect collision profile. Why? Because, well, you start the game in the station, but when you start a match, you're going to be in the train. The entire game takes place in the train. But you would start in like a station. Like that would be the actual like starting point, is in a station while you wait for your friends to load in or whatever. Okay, so this is the 2-story one. This is the double bunker. The double bunker. It would appear the door is going in probably the worst direction it could go in. Are you afraid that they'll fall like they did to the train? Like, the idea is if you are not careful when you're in play, like the train is moving and everything, there is a chance that you could fall off. That's kind of the risk of being on the outside. Can we get a train that does my taxes? Yeah, nothing can do your taxes. Nothing. Okay, so I'm not worried about the... I think we're getting a good flow going for the exterior. I like the slant on the side. I think something that'll really give the train style and structure is going to be the bottom section, which is kind of like the maintenance area where the
the shits are gonna go. I have an art style in mind. I don't know, grungy, probably a little bit like Repo, maybe Half-Life esque. Kind of, I don't know. That's kind of what I'm picturing in my head right now. That's the idea right now, I believe. Where's the concept art? I don't got a concept artist. So I'm just relying on different tidbits of things that I see online to inspire me to make my own design. That's it. That's all I got. Yeah, that is going to be something I'll be doing. There'll be certain train cabins where you have to go on the roof to repair things. Like an R2D2 droid. Just like an R2D2 droid having to go to the top. And I think that'll be really funny because then you have to like keep track of like what's on the path, what things are spawning on the path on the train path. Show them the concept art I made for the characters a few weeks ago. I don't know where that is. I don't know where that post is. That was ages ago. Do I do everything in blueprints or also do I use C++? I'll use C++ from time to time, and I do want to use more C++, but most of the prototype right now is in blueprint. Just because that's what I'm comfortable with. Just look up toilet and you'll find it. That was back when most of the designs were circular. Yeah. Yeah, that was when most of the things are circular. But now that the character model is more, I guess, human sized, I guess not human sized, but kind of human sized, like a capsule. Guess I'll fall through the world then. I don't think we could go with like we could do different shapes. We could still do different shapes, but I think we're gonna lean more into like this kind of height. Like a bean. A bean, a sausage, a bean, a sausage bean. Or when they jump, a peanut, I guess. A peanut when they jump for some reason. Did VoIP break randomly again? No. There's no, I didn't turn on the thing. So this is our current character for now. I just want to focus on other things like the environment and stuff. Because I think the character's fine as is for now. And then figure out the rest from there. Do we make that one setting 25 by default? The next test should have a much better volume. Should. Should. Emphasis on should. Bolded. In bolded text. Okay. I think this is a good enough base. We should get some of the structure for like the bottom section done, because that might change a lot. Like that might like affect the silhouette and might make this look a lot nicer than what we currently have.
Because ultimately, the outside of the train is just gonna be a lot of panels and like shit and like vents for like steam to come out and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think the outside is gonna be like that crazy. Like, I don't know if we can do that much. Like, obviously, the front of the train, we need to figure out a nice shape language for this. I want to make something really cool where it's like you see windows on like the top side or something. Yeah. Yeah. And then I think all of these like mechanical pieces are going to add a lot to the in-betweens. Right now this is super like empty, but as we like add some more elements to them and something, like I think this will look cool. I think it's just a basis of adding more detail. That's about it, I think. Miss, I think, yes. Because like if you think about it, look at this. Without the windows, this would just be one. It's got a bunch of doors on it too. Why are there doors here? That sounds dangerous. That seems extremely dangerous. That does not seem. Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, there's some cool stuff here too. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Thanks for dropping by. 4 hours and whatever, 30 minutes. Good stream. What day is it tomorrow? I gotta go to the bank again tomorrow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. It's Thanksgiving in America. Happy Thanksgiving to the Americans. Don't eat too much. Or actually, you know what? Eat as much as your heart desires. It's Thanksgiving. Have a good time. I got a bubble tea. Kind of bubble tea. It's like a fruit bubble tea in the fridge. I'm gonna eat that. Yeah. Yes. I think I will. What did I eat on Canadian Thanksgiving? Turkey and stuff. I think. Yeah. Anyways, next stream. Don't know what we will do. We'll figure it out. But thanks for dropping by. I think we'll figure out more interiors. We'll come up with some like proper like interiors that aren't just flat open paths. And I think that'll be really interesting as well. So we'll do that next stream. Off stream, I'm going to, I don't know, maybe work on some gameplay mechanic stuff. I'm not sure yet. Okay. Goodbye. Thanks for dropping by. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Unless I get fucking stuck at the bank again. Can't wait for that to happen. Goodbye.